2017 marked the largest signing class in the history of Choctaw football, as many of you probably saw from newspaper coverage and social media coverage of the event. But many people don't know, what actually goes on to make that event happen. Many people are very familiar with their student athletes. Obviously, took care of business in the classroom and were able to go on to college academically through ACT scores and GPAs. And being champions in all aspects of their life, but it also takes a team of people to be able to make that happen, and it's really pretty special. Coaches work extremely hard, counselors work extremely hard, our administration works extremely hard, our teachers work extremely hard to build in conjunction, be able to help those student athletes be able to reach their dreams and be able to get there. And so a lot of coaches, a lot of programs take the approach of, helping kids get to college is not our job. Well, at Choctaw, we disagree with that. We work extremely hard trying to help our athletes, achieve their dreams beyond high school. And the guy that heads that up for us is BRYANT. He's our defensive coordinator and also our recruiting coordinator, and the best that I've ever been around as far as that. He spends countless hours on his own time, on campus, away from campus, and he's constantly behind the scenes working to make sure that our athletes are in front of colleges. He'd be the first to tell you that no coach can guarantee a kid a college scholarship, but he can make sure that kid is in front of every coach, where that college coach can now evaluate that player and make a decision whether or not they fit their needs. But the job that he does is unbelievable, and it's tremendous. And our athletes are very grateful. I'm very grateful. This community, I know, is very grateful for all that he does behind the scenes to make these events like our signing day possible.
So at the beginning of our recruiting process, the most important is gathering of the recruiting contacts. And so what we do every year, right around February, March, at the end of the employing process at the college level, is we gather together all the contacts we have from Division I to NAIA Division III junior colleges. So right now what you're looking at is the Excel spreadsheet that we put together, and it has around 3,000 emails from every conference, from Big 12 to SEC, Big 10, Pac-12, ACC, Conference USA. And it goes all the way down the list to all the FCS schools, Southland, Big South, and clear until the most regional schools in our area and the Division II, Division III schools. We do that just to cast a broad net in our recruiting, and we feel like, even though not all these schools are may not recruit this area, or not all these coaches recruit this area, we feel like if we send out to everyone on the staff that recruits, creates more of an opportunity, and it's all part of it's the integral part of our recruiting. Is just we try to recruit by numbers, and the more contact information we can send out about our kids, the better it'll be. So from that list, we compile it into an email service that really is intended for small business. It's called MailChimp, and we put those lists together and upload it, and that way we're able to track, for every email that we send out, we can track the opens and who's looking at the click count that we build into the email itself. And I'll just go through kind of a report that we just sent out, and here's one with the NAIA schools. So here's 152 subscribers. It's this list itself has 152 recipients. So from what we see, 51 open, 7 have actually clicked on a link that we've had that we embedded inside the email, and then you can just check the performance as far as see how the prospects itself, and I can see that our prospect list that we actually put together for our players has been clicked the most. And what the prospect list is, we include our seniors and juniors and maybe some upcoming players that were part of the process, and we try to put the best attributes that are on the player itself, and then from that list we attach it to a campaign, and that campaign itself is kind of similar to what we just got through looking at. We saw the percentages. This is what it might look like itself. If I can pull that up. So this is kind of an example of what it looked like. You have right here, this is the 2019 signing class, and what we do is that we want to promote all of our upcoming seniors, and we take the approach to try to be the most optimistic about it and give them the players itself the benefit of the doubt to be able to play. But we include that, then we might include some juniors and maybe some lower classmen as well if they've had some type of varsity experience. But just right this email itself, the NIA, I'm able to go to the report view, just like this, just what we just got through seeing, and see that. And we do that for all the lists going all the way up to the highest level. And we, like I said, we cast a broad net to what we do, just so we feel like there's thousands and thousands of players out there trying to be recruited. We want to try to keep our kids at the top of the deck as far as opportunity of being seen, and you know, that's the most, having exposure. So I think this mimics and rivals most recruiting sites, and I think a lot of places in the state of Oklahoma don't do it. We pride ourselves as far as doing this because I don't think many schools take this as like very important, but this is our final piece as far as what we do in our coaching process, is giving the kids the opportunity to extend their careers and extend their education. So, but it all starts with right about now, I just got done of compiling this list together, and then from there we'll go to making the player highlights. And you know, at the end of the day, for athletic scholarships, you get recruited for 3 reasons: for having high character, high athletic performance, and great academics. And you know, we'll talk about academics with Dr. Collins, but this is where the coaches are involved of building the highlights, putting the highlights together for each player, and we try to, like I said, we try to put the best plays forward and show the best side of each player. Hi, Dr. Collins. I was wondering if you had an opportunity to look over those student athletes I sent over to you. We had a few schools come in today asking about them, and I want to see if you've been able to evaluate their transcripts yet.
Yes, Coach. I've got them plugged into our clearinghouse transcript check, and they're all good to go for Division I, II, or NAIA.
Perfect. Thank you.
So for every student athlete, we evaluate their transcript according to the NCAA Eligibility Center's rules and regulations. We plug in every course that they've taken here at Choctaw High School that has been cleared by the NCAA to count for eligibility to their system. We have a spreadsheet that tracks them automatically with their core grade point average, so we can advise them on ACT scores, additional courses they might want to take, and we also work very closely with them when it comes to enrollment about elective courses that they might be interested in, to work with improving their clearinghouse grade point average. I've written notes on several of my student credit checks, as have Ms. Christensen and Ms. Bishop, so students are aware of what they could take that would count and those courses that would not.